crap. Give me a second. I know I am very late, but just give me a little bit of a time here. Absolutely horrible. Okay. This is bad. Never mind. I'll need to let you guys I am so... What do I do? I've been spending my entire morning trying to get a document sent. Okay. You know what? I'll just go to Facecam for a little bit. Just say, hello folks, it's me, I'm Biggie, and I'm back, and we're live, and I've been spending how much time of my day? Oh great, my microphone's not even lined up correctly. But yeah, I spent about how much time this morning? Half an hour trying to get a document sent, and it's going, nah, we need a selfie. And it's like, okay, whatever, you need a selfie, fine. And you go, you need a... I'll rant a bit more about it. I'm doing this right now. Oh, damn it. Okay. I'm trying to use another service. It's not even letting me. Okay, give me a second. Why are you not letting me? I am... Okay. I'll need to do this after stream. I have to do it after stream. I have to do it in the afternoon. They're not letting me actually deliver anything without a selfie. Absolute cinema. And they're not even letting me selfie because it's detecting that my phone's not upright. Absolute ass for accessibility. Wonderful. If you haven't, yeah. I don't know. I'm just ranting right now. Thank you for joining in and watching me rant about how the world's not this, how like certain bits of design is absolutely useless. Okay. Thanks for stopping by! Exclamation point. Mind leaving a like? Question mark. Liked! Exclamation point. And staying to watch and comment. Full stream.
Full stream.
Absolutely horrible. Nothing's working. Everything's going to the pits. Hooray. Starting off my day with absolute BS is wonderful. I might need to ask for some help. And yeah. Okay, this is working. Next is my Twitch. Is my Twitch working? Yeah, you're working. Fine. I'll need to actually yeah, let's keep going. But hello folks, it's me. I'm Biggie. I'm back. We're live. We're playing Rogue Trader because my body is being horrible to me again. Absolutely no idea what is happening this time, or what's happening last time, or what to do about it. So yesterday we went and did a bit of streaming, and I don't know what or how or why we're getting some new pressure sores, but we'll see if things are going to be different this time. And the thing is, the quickest I can wait until I could test things out again would probably be one more week. So I'm on my side again for the next week. Wonderful. As long as as long as I can actually find out what or why or how this pressure sore is happening, and if we could solve this, I could get back on my seat. But I can't until then. So it's ass, literally. Which means that we'll probably try to get back on my seat by Thursday. If not, we'll see. Thursday? Oh, not Thursday. Yeah, we'll see if we'll have to see when or how or why. But it's going to be a bit of an involved process. Well, not involved, but it sucks because whenever something like this happens, I have to freeze up everything for the entire week and wait until things are better. But anyways, thank you members, Apilux, Manta, Bruno, Honest Lamb, Chris Burton, Lord Yellowneck, Orphan Slayer for helping me out. And yeah. Check out the membership program if you want to help out that way. Otherwise, like vid, join, like the vid, subscribe if you want to see more content to get notified for when we go live, etc. But yeah. Okay, give me a second while I'll be right back. I'm setting things up. All right. Okay, please work. Space F. Oh, I need to move this. Move it over. Game. Okay. That means I need to go up. And get you rotated back. I said flip horizontal. Okay. All right. I think that's everything set up, right? Let me move my face a little bit so you guys can see my face as much as you can. Full stream link down below if you're watching from other places. But okay. Started several minutes late, but we were getting started. We're on the Bridge of the Heartless, and if I do remember correctly, it was just me doing this over and over on the Heartless Bridge until we got secret coordinates of a secret cache. Yeah, there was actually something over here to get for the cache. And everybody here seems hurt, but if we head to the Void Ship Bridge, everything should be resolved. I also need to check out the batteries of my headphones. Yeah, 80%. It's fine. There's a certain appeal to all this, standing side by side, upholding the Lex. Say you and I make a pretty good team, no? I can turn to this later. The Heartless now belongs to you as agreed. Right, so we've got the Stygian pattern dual macro battery, short-range broadside macro cannons with 2 autonomous aiming modules, fires 2 shots, deals 21 damage, and can be used twice per turn. This is versatile, so that means that we could be using this against several different units if need be. I think that will be nice. I will have fire-proof ceramic plating. Reduce internal fires by 50%. I've got ourselves 3 provisions, 2 weapons, ooh, and 2 Xenotech, right? Colony Award, discovered lesser provisions, weapons, and Xeno. and other valuables which will be loaded into the flagship's hold with extreme assuredity. And the ship itself is the most impressive acquisition for the dynasty. Also, all it requires is some light repairs for work. Light repair work. What I would have us do with it, you could present it to our trading partners. I'm confident that they would put it to good use. Alternatively, we could transfer some of your subjects to the Heartless and use it to increase trade between your own worlds, and a profitable option to be sure. And we have either I want to oversize top out of my sight, give the Heartless over to the Recollegers to be turned into a scrap, or have the Heartless repaired. We're just going to have us lose out 5 profit factor. A ship sent to our trading partners. I think repairing it would be nice. I will look up some guides on what to do with the Heartless. What to do with the Heartless rogue trader. Okay. Right, from what I've seen, it's a lot better than Imperial Navy Escort, and it's cool having 3 ships. You'll get the ship in Act 4 with barely any space battles left. Not worth it unless they change it so you get it sooner. Okay, the latest อะไรนะครับโอเคเดี๋ยวให้เดี๋ยวให้แป๊บนึงนะก็ได้ All right, give me a second. It is you get it. The newest update lets you have it immediately. 5 profit factor. Yep. Have it as my escort. Yep. So we have a new ship, but we lost quite a few bit of profit factor, but we'll get profit factor back. I think at the end of the game, profit factor becomes a non-factor. Okay. I got 210 experience. Oh, there's one more thing, Rogue Trader. Your performance aboard the Heartless was highly appreciated. As an additional token of my gratitude from the Adeptus RPTs, I'll be joining your personal security detail, at least until we arrive on Dargonus to meet with the Marshal. His business to discuss with you, and have a mountain of reports to write up upon this operation. Man, I appreciate the irony of the situation. My whole life I've been avoided the lawmen like the plague, and now one is asking me to join my crew. Proctor, no less. The sacred warrant has wiped your slate clean, and now I have been summoned to serve the Emperor, and I'll be damned if the Void ever never once rebuke you for your past deeds. I mean, reports are the last thing one feels like doing after a battle, wouldn't you think? I would. And what would you like doing after battle? Oh my goodness, we could actually take his hand immediately and romance him. My goodness. Now, what about you, actually? The corners of someone's lips twitch upward. I want to spend the night with a passionate partner to let off some steam. give a blood a chance to cool. Afterward, I want to wash off the sweat of the enemies. Damn it! I've excellent plan, but you have to write reports, dude. Very harsh. He's certainly interested. Stroke the Lazarax, stroke the Lazarax. Hi, Scirocco. Yeah, so we're able to romance him if we so wish, but Strombat Strombat doesn't really necessarily swing that way. Let's perform ablutions. And let's see if we could get Solomon. What does arbitrators do to unwind at once? So unwind is not a code word. You're not in any danger. So you truly want to know about how arbitrators spend their time off duty? Why not? I suggest those shooting contests will use empty bottles as targets. All right. Officers carry out your order, and which seconds settings the battle will serve you as your targets. Okay. Let's see if we can get our ballistic skills. Or fail. Oh. Yep. Enforcers applaud discreetly. Yep. More ballistic skills tests. Oh, we got another 50%. Nice. Wait, that's... Hey, that's cheating. Ratio's my weapon. Come on. 3 coin flips. Ah, damn it. Fine. Takes that. Okay, that's good enough. Right, let's go ahead and have a look at this. 5 points of... let's equip this. And this goes to the cargo. We'll put this at the port, I think. Yeah, port or starboard. These go in to the cargo. and just go. Actually, what would I'll need to test this, but okay, 4 short burning plasma torpedoes. I wonder what happens if we go with double torpedoes. Would that allow us to bring out 2 squads as well as a torpedo? But we do have developments now. Hmm. There's some new talents, right? Here's the thing. There's new talents that has us be able to use focused efforts. As well as the um, ultimate post abilities. Loaded with 3 torpedo salvos instead of 1. Duration for 2 rounds. Plus 1 round for every 20 points of the Master's Cannoneer Demolition skill. Wow. Boarding party. The flashlight launches boarding party to infiltrate the enemy ship, starting internal fires, possibly causing damage. Each round can be used once per round. And 10 points of Supreme Commander's Persuasion skill. So this is a commander ability. Tech use. Corpus Carry chant. Okay, let me just look at some of our posts and see what abilities we have. Well, your persuasion's better, but this is a little bit of a better skill. Allows the use of both abilities of one selected post for 1 turn. Oh, it could be any selected post. Oh, wow. Okay. Probably better for you then to do this. Unless we want to keep using a swing run. And over here, the Cannoneer, it's either torpedo control or Argenta with expeditious reload. Okay, give me a second. This says, what does focused efforts do again? What I could do is go focused efforts, then expedition and some sort of missile ability. Okay, I'm going to try this, right? But that'll... Equip. You could upgrade the RAM. Or upgrade the hull. I have a feeling I want to... Yeah, let's do a development. It's a rough choice. Because I do want... A focused effort seems like such a nice skill. But what would a focused efforts upgrade look like? Actually, let's actually be smart about this and save first. Because it looks like a focused effort into a either an all hands or deck or expeditious reload. Oh.
เขาต้องนั่งรอนานเลย
Oh, ตายละ Okay. So if we select you as the Master Cannoneer instead, we'll actually have to save this. Okay, it's an either or. Either we do this, or we do this. Okay, not the best choice at all. Okay. I have an idea. I think this is going to be the better choice for now. Right. Let's go reload. Develop our ship. And we're going to go focused effort into a all hands on deck. I will see if we look at the posts here. And this. And this. Hopefully what this means is that we could use focused efforts on our master cannoneer, and we can go pew pew. And then next development we'll figure out. Shallow jump. More developments. Okay, we'll see. Yeah. Okay. We'll see if this is a good enough choice and do a proper save. Ultimate. Your ship now access to an ultimate could drastically change the tide of battle. Using your ultimate increases. See for stealth. Note that you can use one ultimate ability per combat. Are so powerful that they take a significantly long time to recharge. When using ultimate abilities, be aware that they may still be on cooldown the next time you enter battle. Okay. So our warship has alts now. Wonderful. Let's go ahead and talk to Dogman.
Greetings, Rogue Trader. I would like to report that Glato and I have finished our initial inspection of the upper decks. The list of infractions ended up being 5 pages shorter than expected. I'm beginning to worry that a servant of the Lex might have little to occupy himself with aboard your ship.
Am I imagining, or do you seem like relaxed?
I doubt such a word could ever be accurately used to describe an arbitrator, but there is some truth to your observation. Since we're not in combat, I permit myself to stand at ease, which is to say, I'm standing by on full alert.
Good, that means you can converse as normal person, yeah.
A rogue trader and an arbitrator. You have an interesting notion of normality. Well, I'll try not to disappoint you with my conversation skills.
Then tell me about the RBDs then.
We are servants of the
Diabetes.
God Emperor's law, made manifest in the Lex Imperialis. The Adeptus Arbites uphold order on the scale of the Imperium and bring merciless punishment to offenders.
So what type of crimes do you usually handle then?
The most significant ones. Beyond the expanse, the Arbites not only enforce tithe collection, but also ensure that every planet obeys his law and that the Imperium's authority remains unchallenged. Corrupt governors, crime syndicates, rebels. Not a minute goes by without some parasite trying to take a bite out of the Imperium. We destroy any who dare trespass against the law.
I see. So, if you see someone trying to off an innocent man whose life is irrelevant to maintaining order in the Imperium, so you simply walk by then?
Unless said man's innocence has been previously established, such as during an investigation. In any other scenario, murder is just a common disturbance. My intervention is only required in the case of an attack on an administratum functionary or some other important figure. Then, I must take measures.
I see.
However, if I have an assignment to carry out, I will ignore any distracting factors. The duties of the Arbites are above everyday crime. We collect the tithe that feeds the military might of the Imperium and sustains its authority over many worlds. To be bogged down in trivialities is to commit a criminal waste of time and resources that have been granted to us to serve the absolute of the law.
Oh my. Literally, well, that's the difference between police and a SWAT team, right? Red card did fall on your watch, right?
Your suggestion that I could have prevented the disappearance of a star sounds almost flattering. And yet, I never dodge responsibility. Let the Emperor, in the hour of his final judgment, determine the measure of my guilt in what happened.
So what about witches and archenemy cults then?
Those are indeed the greatest threat to the Imperium, and I never leave a heretic I meet without a bullet lodged inside him. But such matters are primarily handled by other forces, which are influential enough so as not to be mentioned out loud without a reason.
I see. What about, I have some more questions.
I am at your disposal. As you saw for yourself on Rykad Minoris, quite far. The Arbites passed the sentence and carried it out summarily. Only the highest echelons of Terra and servants of the Inquisition and rogue traders here in the Expanse can expect the privilege of a trial. Planetary governors, nobility, clergy, to an arbitrator, they are all equal before the law.
Oh, shoot first, ask questions later? Wonderful. So let's talk about the Lex Imperialis then. Curious to know what you interpret it as in its essence.
Testing me, are you? That is fine by me. The Lex Imperialis is both a code of law and the word of the God Emperor himself. For millennia, his decrees have been amassed and preserved on Holy Terra, in the Hall of Judgment, alongside the High Lord's orders. It is at once a titanic collection of edicts and a holy text.
The word still has its own laws.
It does. Your capital world operates under the Lex Dargonus, formed over many generations of the Von Valancius line. However, the Lex Imperialis is the final word in every debate. It stands above any legal directives a planet may have, for it comes from the Emperor himself.
It sounds impossible to know the Lex Imperialis in its entirety then.
It would take longer than a lifetime to read through even a fraction of his law. But there are fundamental, integral prescripts that every arbitrator knows verbatim. These are the Injuncta Cardinal, inscribed on the walls of the Arbites precinct fortresses and etched into our ammo casings. We quote them as the indisputable truth and recite them like psalms as we charge into battle.
Yeah, like commandments in the Bible. Got it. Got it. Speaking of which, reverence in your words feels almost religious.
As it should. The codes of the Lex Imperialis are my prayer, and I believe that every arbitrator's service is sacred, for it brings this imperfect reality closer to that inscribed in the Book of Judgment, closer to the God Emperor's will.
My goodness. More imperfect reality references. More synchronicity
I'm
references.
listening.
What is thine mission?
To collect and guard the tithe. That does not mean we ignore other violations of the Lex Imperialis. We simply act within the scope of our limited resources, the first of which being our small numbers. Here in the Expanse, many believe themselves to be too far from the civilized parts of the Imperium to have need of the law. The presence of the Adeptus Arbites helps to remind those people that the Lex Imperialis is in effect wherever there is at least one human being.
You know, it would be an absolute treasure if we have a Grey Knight or somebody of that caliber enter the Rogue Trader, or some sort of that being a ooh, we could actually turn ourselves into a Grey Knight, right? Wait, great. If we have a kind of a Grey Knight, would that be like a sanctioned psyker / biomancer theme? Oh, actually, if we're gonna go with an Oops All Husbandos run next time, I'll need to think about which characters are gonna join us. I wish to know more about you.
You prefer to have a better understanding of the people you travel with. That makes sense. Ask.
Where are you
Port
from?
Wanda in Calixis. The gateway to the Expanse, a monumental station, always covered in ships and bursting at the seams from all the dealers, pilgrims, mercenaries, and criminals. Compared to Port Wanda, Footfall is just a lifeless rock in the void.
So where in the Coronis Expanse were you living prior to coming aboard my ship then?
On Dargonis, Lady Theodora gave the top level of one of the spires over to the Arbates. A noble house used to occupy it, before it decided to stick its hand into the dynasty's coffers. By offering us such prominent lodgings, your predecessor both reinforced her ties to the Arbates and made an unambiguous gesture toward the nobility. She was a shrewd woman and unforgiving.
So how did you find Argonis?
I must admit, I was pleasantly surprised. I'd expected something far less civilized, given that the Coronis Expanse is on the outskirts of the Imperium. Instead, Dargonis may even compare to some Calixian worlds in status and stability.
Wow, so how did you become an arbitrator then?
How? The short answer is the Schola Progenium. But I doubt you'd be satisfied with that. My father was an arbitrator, a good one, or else they wouldn't have found him in an alley filled with bullet holes. Someone who served with my father.
Oh no,
told
he's
me
Batman.
He shot with 10 different weapons, and that he took at least 4 of the bastards down with him. I was sent to the Schola Progenium right after that, and the mentors there forged me into an arbitrator. I was an eager student, thanks to the example of unyielding duty and dignity my father set for me. The only thing I didn't need to borrow from him was hate. He didn't instill that. It was always with me. I never doubted that criminal vermin deserve only execution, but it was my father's death that truly crystallized my hatred, made it complete.
So were you able to avenge your father at least?
No, I didn't want to. There was a time when I wasn't sure what to think of my father's death. Or rather, I tried not to think at all. I didn't look into the case, or for any other reason, to go back to Port Wanda. Arbitrators are never assigned to their home worlds anyway. But when I was leaving Calixis, our ship spent several days docked at the station, and so I permitted myself to go to the spot where my father was killed. I stood there for a while, and nothing. I knew that another arbitrator would have already seen the investigation through. I had nothing left to do there.
So your dad influenced your hatred?
It's possible. He didn't speak much. Sometimes we went days without saying a word to each other.
Hey, daddy issues. Toxic masculinity.
Cases at night. He would inform me in terse and simple words who had sold out and why, what depravities the heretics from the lower hive levels had committed, what base motives the workers had had for hanging their foremen. All I did was listen, watch, and think. That was enough.
Man, poor dude. I mean, poor dude in the sense that, well, the father probably I've seen some crap.
From what my father told me, she was a principled woman of poor health. She died in childbirth. Not having known her might be the sole regret of my life.
Seems you were born to become an arbitrator.
Born? I don't believe in predetermination. but I know that every man's destiny is to serve the Imperium. In my case, the Imperium deemed me worthy of an Arbite's rank, a heavy shotgun, and Glato. Not sure what else there is to wish for.
What brought you specifically to the Corona's Expanse, then?
You should ask the Marshal. I got my assignment, and that is all I know. I assume it's due to my experience. Collecting tithes from worlds bordering on savagery, and where people haven't seen a living arbitrator in 3 generations, is a task best left to a veteran.
So transfer here sounds more like a banishment to me.
This isn't banishment. Otherwise, the same would apply to the Marshal and all other arbitrators in the Coronis Expanse. We are here because the Imperium needs its tithe, and that's all there is to it.
So what kind of assignments do you handle before you are appointed to overseeing the cases?
I suppose I have what you would call a proven and diverse track record. Investigations, rebel suppressions, punitive raids, dozens of completed operations.
Then anything dangerous? Dangerous or somewhat danger-esque?
There was this one time. I was part of a raid on a gang of mutants. I excelled in battle, received an award, and was promoted to Proctor. That is all.
You're not getting off that easy, Solomon. I need details. Copious and copious amounts of details.
Very well. Have you ever been eaten alive? I have.
Oh my.
That raid I mentioned was compromised. The enemy had been tipped off to our operation, and we had walked into a trap. Some mutants decided to chew my arm off. That was a mistake. Since I couldn't free myself, I pushed my hand down his throat, grabbed something inside, and used him as a shield. While the thing was gnawing on my bones and spraying me with ichor and my own blood, I opened fire on the rest of the scum. That little maneuver bought my unit a few critical seconds.
Glad you're on our side, buddy.
Fortune has little to do with...
Wait a minute, is that a Berserk
Forming an alliance
reference?
with the Arbites, just as your predecessor did. My presence here is only the expected result of your decisions.
I had Solomon guts. Yeah.
I'm listening.
Brought your dog out.
You hear that, Glato? The rogue trader himself is asking about you.
And what do you call him, Glato? Oh,
He
wait.
mostly provides combat support. He is trained in both lethal and non-lethal ways of disabling a target, with the ability to analyze a situation and then decide on a course of action. Glato is a good tracker too, and he can spot basic evidence. He also knows over 100 commands. In general, he is more resourceful and diligent than most people I've met.
So what about his augmentics?
Glato, ready! The frame is mostly metal, with armored plates covering the vital segments. The jaw is reinforced. Crunching a leg off is like tearing a hair out for him.
Ooh, nice.
I don't even know a tenth of all the things Glato is fitted with, but it's an impressive list to be sure. Take the sensors in his nose for one. A cybermastiff is like an odor analysis laboratory. Alright, that's that. Glato, attention.
What commands does he know?
They range from kill and guard and the like, to more complex guard and patrol protocols. A protocol is a combination of behavioral patterns, which the Cybermastiff follows according to the present situation. In other words, I don't have to control Glato all the time. He can adjust and react to the circumstances on his own.
Nahandle sige.
งานเลยให้ทิปก็ไป20
Okay. Alright, Glato, down. The saber eyes yawns, casually bearing a terrifying arsenal of teeth.
That is a useless command, Rogue Trader. A Cybermastiff must always be in an advantageous position to attack the enemy. Glato can crawl or move stealthily if the situation calls for it, but regardless, he will not respond to someone else's order.
Fine, that'll do.
As you wish.
Why do you call him Glato then?
His serial number is GL80. Glato is easier to say in Gothic. Many give their
Aw,
cybermasters
GL80.
striking names like Slayer or Thunder. I'm fine with Glato.
Glato's super sympathized, or is part of him still a living dog?
Generally, cybermasters have all aspects of their animal nature removed, but
Aw.
Glato is a special case. His submodel takes a dog's loyalty and instincts as a hunter and guard, and renders them absolute. He is neither a dog nor a servitor. He is something much more. A cybermastiff, a living weapon in service of the law.
Nice. Oh, we got an awareness test. You cannot shake the feeling that your question has offended Solomon somehow. There's a certain vehemence in this way he describes Glato's outstanding qualities.
Glato is not a pet. He is an instrument of justice, as am I.
And you would be willing to sacrifice him for your mission?
I haven't had to so far. I do not spend time contemplating such things. It is a fruitless pastime at best.
Same level as your dog, really?
Him or any other weapon that lies in the hands of the law. Only my service to the Lex Imperialis determines the level on which I stand.
Proctor, evidence suggests that you are not as so indifferent to Glato as you want people to believe.
Impossible. You found me out. Yes, I am 1/100% less indifferent than I let on.
Ah, my goodness. He only listens to you then.
Correct. Both his training and his augmetics ensure that Glato only accepts orders from me or from my superior officers. Apart from having the obvious benefits, it also serves to prevent disarray on missions involving multiple cybermastiff handlers.
I see. This feels strange to be without your unit, right?
I've never been a part of a rogue trader's escort before. That said, I adapt to change more quickly than you might think. And as long as Glato is with me, I can handle any transition.
Hello, Glato. Does the Glato have a favorite type of training or some sort of pastime of choice?
Sometimes I let him play with heretics' corpses. That was a joke. If you're asking about entertainment, that concept does not really apply to an Arbite's dog. But I like to imagine that Glato is enthusiastic about training with me, that he enjoys running long distances at my side, and during target practice, he always seems eager to hear me give the attack order.
Oh, Kasia, please. That can't be all, can it?
Fine. Let me satisfy your curiosity. I do have a special exercise that helps to sharpen Glato's hunting instincts. I take a few ammo casings and hide them in hard-to-reach places. One time, after a raid on a manufactorum, I gave him a whole abandoned workshop to run around in. But I also played a trick on him by throwing one casing onto a ceiling beam. Then it was Glato's turn to play tricks. He waited under the beam until I walked up to him. Then he jumped onto my shoulders and climbed to the top. He cut my temple open with his claw and almost broke my clavicle, but he got the casing.
I think you and Glato could do with your own training ground. If you can order a space, I will order a space to be prepared for you in the compartments and have it outfitted with everything you need.
The equipment needs to be sturdy. Glato is unstoppable when he's not holding back. Thank you.
Do you like dried meat, Glato?
Glato is not a house pet, rogue trader. Trying to feed him will get you nowhere. He only eats out of my hands, and only at specific times. Strict training. It protects the cybermastiff against deliberate poisoning and other ill intents. Basically, don't waste your time or your meat.
Can I pet the dog? Let me pet the dog.
I must remind you that Glato is a living weapon. If you like the number of fingers you have, do not touch the dog.
I'm still gonna pet him.
I am sure a rogue trader can afford the best implants.
Oh no, I'm not gonna get hurt. You carefully bring an open hand closer to the cybermastiff's face and wait for his reaction. Glato's dark eyes are watching you. crimson sparks smoldering within. At last, you touch the back of his neck and start stroking his rough fur, your fingers brushing against the cold edges of the dog's augmentics. We got an Imperium lore success.
Have you decided to make an exception for the Emperor's anointed, Glato? Fine. Congratulations on your achievement, rogue trader. Glato has never allowed anyone to do that before.
Hooray! We've successfully petted the dog! Hurrah! Absolutely wonderful. Thank you, Glato. Wait, I couldn't actually save that? Fine. We'll use the clipping function. Serve with duty and honor, Glato. We got a pet the dog achievement! Yay!
You know where to find me, rogue.
Literally an achievement for petting the Doge. Alright, where else? Well, what else are we doing? Yes, no, maybe. Okay, let's go ahead and head out. Oh, do we actually? Yes, we've completed one of our contracts because we got ourselves a Xenotech. Right? 2 profit factor gained for the shadowy dealings. What about some rumors? Kalixar. Okay. Stolen stars. Drukhari have been observed stealing suns, lost in the void. Footfalls waiting for news from the ancient ark known as the Wasteland of Wayfarer. The whispers of footfall about Xenos, carrying out raids on inhabited worlds. Angels of the Imperium, travelers arriving on footfall, begin the rumors of Emperor's blessed angels coming from the region to repel Xeno threats. And rogue trader's crew stumbled upon the unplundered remnants of an ancient Imperial vessel. Intricate component was discovered. Okay. Let's look at some of the quests. We still have the Odanus 9. We also have Opticon 22 still wants stuff for us on footfall. And reclaim what was lost for the Mundus Valancius and Grenache. Ablution in blood. We'll have to wait for the specialist. Secrets of the cult. We have to go to the Grenache still. Mundus Valancius. We've been to the Forgotten Twins. Tenacious Arquinic and Odanus, right? Audience with the RB2s. Yep. Dead Man's Chest. Stash away something of value. Cache located in the Tenebrous Aquay system. Yep. Call of the Edge. Classified info. In Dargonus. And some critical tests on the Void Ship Bridge. Oh, okay. Right, so let's switch to the Void Ship Bridge. Wait. Oh, okay. We are on the bridge. The personal cogitator is this one, right? Okay. Point to the text. What is this supposed to mean? Input prompt ALG 5236. Unseen Spirit has recognized the one who stands before it. Previous string of sacred code signify a greeting as well. As an acknowledgement that you have successfully completed a certain task. What task? Answer lies beyond the bounds of my knowledge. Okay. Sense my presence. You want to remind me who you are? Believe. Right? Is that everything? So, did we complete critical task?
Howdy howdy, sorry I'm late.
No
Super
worries,
Bowl
man.
time.
I see. I was wondering what was happening. But yeah. I hope you enjoyed the Super Bowl. So, election results over here. We had a kind of a landslide election.
Seahawks are stomping.
Oh, okay. Good job, Seahawks. Unless you're not a Seahawks fan or a fan of the other team, then boo. But whatever. I know very little about the American football. Apilux would probably be watching it somewhere, though. But yeah, I was talking about elections. We had a bit of a landslide election. So the current government is the that was voted in is the same one we had before the government shifts. So basically, a little bit of a brief history, right? The last election we had was 3 years ago. That one was gypped, right? But that one was gypped. The guy who was in power pretty much cheated. But in the past 3 years, power has shifted over to. I'll just go by colors, right? There's the. You know what? I'd rather not talk too much politics. But we have the orange. Okay, we have the Orange Party, which are the like super progressive leftists, right? We have the Red Party, which is the populist. We have the Yellow Party, which was the military junta that took over using a coup, and now we have a Green Party, which is if you could, yeah, but it's not green in the essence of not the environmental kind of green, but the consumable kind of green, you know, that kind of green party. And the election results was that the blue party. Well, did I talk about the blue party? No, but the blue party, who eventually got more and more power in the last in by doing deals here and there. Who was the underdog? Basically, just won the house again. So nothing's changed except for the fact that we now have a significant, a slightly bigger, more significant leftist party than in the government than before, as the opposition. So, yeah, imagine, but the current government is somewhere in the center, I would say, but all in all, I think people just wanted more. But there's a lot of stuff going on, but to be explained in a short while. So I'll just keep things at that. Right.
Want to support the channel?
No.
Check out my social links. Want to support the channel? Check out my social links.
Oh, it's shooting through two different channels. Okay, we need to chart some new routes. Okay.
I see. Interesting. Other countries' politics are much more interesting, as here in America it's a toss-up between which party you want to ignore you.
Actually, I think you know what's actually quite impressive of our party, of Thai politics. The voting system is relatively fair. The voting system is very, very fair. Why is that? It's because what you do is you vote for two things. You vote for a representative, which is normal. Everybody, that's what people do all the time in the. Well, the thing is, instead of doing a vote for whenever you vote for president or vote for a prime minister, what they do is you vote for a representative, right? So we just do a because if I remember correctly, the U.S. system had this whole convoluted whatchamacallit, a system for voting for president. Over here, we use the same process for voting for president as it is voting for members of parliament. What you do is you vote for a member of parliament, then you vote for a party. Right? And what happens, you can still gerrymander like in the US does, right? But gerrymandering only does so much, right? Because what happens is you can't gerrymander for both cases. Because what happens is if you gerrymander for a representative, and what happens is they they have seats. I think they have 350 seats out of 500 seats in the parliament for the representative, but they reserve 150 seats for parties. So what happens is if for example the voting goes one way because you sometimes vote for reps and the it's always skewed towards a certain rep, like very, very far, right? And if that's the case, then it wouldn't be a fair representation. What happens is the second vote, which is the vote for the party that you support, lets the country see, or the entire nation see, what the representation should be. So, for example, you might have about 60% of the votes going to or maybe like how many seats? Like, okay, so currently they if we are counted by representatives alone, they got 100 or so seats. No, nearly 175 seats out of 350, meaning exactly half. They got half the seats of the biggest party right now. Only got 50% of the seats if we're just voting by candidates alone, which is not a fair representation for the entire thing. Because there's what happens is by voting by allowing us to vote for the parties, they have reserved seats for other members of smaller parties to be represented up as well. So what it effectively would look like, instead of what it effectively would look like in reality, for if it was happened in the US, is that smaller parties will get representation in the government, because all of they have extra seats for to make up the percentage to be reflected by, say, the amount of people who want certain parties to be in power. So, for example, you might have parties wanting have seats by a few people who want whatchamacallit in power, this smaller party in power, and then there's a lot of, okay, I'll just say it now, there's a lot of voter buying and shenanigans going on, so that the voting is skewed towards one direction, but they can't compensate for the fact that the general populace imagine, right, that I mean, the US also have the metrics of the popular vote, right? Imagine if the House of imagine if the House is done or divided by popular vote rather than just who gets voted to be representative, and they have their seats reserved for members of the popular vote to be so that members of certain parties could actually be pushed in. And imagine the House, instead of just being Democratic and Republican, we have third parties, fourth parties, fifth parties, like tiny seats, right? Jumping in, but they could the reps could actually get a foot in rather than not show up at all. So that's that's interesting in and of itself. Right, we have a couple of options now in the game, though. We could immediately jump to Valancius.
At the Determined tab, you successfully redeemed ADHD for 10 LP. Sorry, had to.
Yes. We could either go to here for the main story, to restore the operations of the administrative operations of Dragonus, and talk to the Master of the Seals. I got the best seals, and get an audience with the members of the RBTs. There's a lot of main story quests here. And then we could eventually head to Ordanus to scout the system and save Eldari survivors. Or we could go on another uncharted system first before heading to Valancius. I think I'm gonna head to Valancius now. Right? Yeah, I'm gonna save here.
But
That's
something
5.
also interesting is that apparently the LDP party of Japan has a majority for the first time since post-WW2.
Yeah, a lot of geopolitics is changing. Oh man, it's oh boy. But right now, I've been okay. What's happening right now in social media? I don't know if it's not social media, but because I'm mostly on the American news sphere, right? And I think what's happening now in the this is my thought process, or the quote unquote big brain move of releasing the Epstein files, right? Yeah, releasing the files. Oh no, my channel's gonna get demonetized, but I'm not talking about it. But they released the most unhinged stuff in those files to A, distract the right and not the conspiracy theorists, and B, discredit the right to a certain extent, because they're bringing back all the even though it is physical evidence that all these conspiracy
Want to
theories have
support
come
the
through.
channel?
Okay, yeah.
Check out my social links. Want to support the channel? Check out my social links.
I really need to actually deal with that, but maybe I need to stop the bot on the YouTube side or the Streamlabs side because of that. But anyways, I think there's a lot of stuff that's conspiratorial, that's making the people who actually go through the files sound crazy, even though there's physical evidence of that happening. I think that's the what's happening on that side as well. You know what? Let's go on to the main quest, because the last main quest is all the way out here. So let's just go and slowly. Do we go? Okay, so there's options. I have a tendency to do a detour a lot. So I don't know if there's a downside of detouring across all these other quests
Oh
before
yeah,
heading to Mundus
people are even
Villages.
making AI files for the sake of discrediting and obfuscating.
Yeah, it is. It is the days of missing. Like it is the exact same strategy, right? Oh, I don't know if I should be talking about what's his name as well. Coolio. My goodness. Oh, there's that as well. The hardest the scare. Yeah, right now people are digging up things about Stanley Kubrick and Coolio, and talking about members of the maybe soon they'll be called members of the 5-day gang, or Club 5 Days. They had Club 27 to refer to a certain group of whatchamacallit, singers or artists that leave the mortal coil at that age, because that's what fame does to you. Right now, there's something along the lines of people only have 5 more days once they talk about a certain topic. Like Stanley Kubrick losing his life 5 days after Eyes Wide Shut aired, and Coolio losing his life 5 days after mentioning a certain topic. But and what the only thing is that it's left kind of distaste in my mouth of people used to romanticize about secret societies, and once things have become too real, it feels bad, man. Master Harriman has succeeded his escape and has arrived on board. Completed the ritual and harmonization. Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. So, Cassia is doing her little romancy things. Lord Captain, could you spare a moment to discuss a personal matter? Cassia's less than graceful movements betray her anxiety. She lowers her eyes slightly and fidgets with a satin handkerchief as she waits for your answer. I'm Lord Captain. Surely I see you know what you may call me by that name. Okay. I'm Lord Captain once again. I see. I see. Surely you know that you may call me by my name. I may, but I will not. I would not to wish to overstep any boundaries around anyone, let alone the rogue trader himself. I will admit I am intrigued. What is this personal matter? I'm, rather embarrassed to ask about something like this, but, oh, last I was here, I noticed a curious tome on the shelves of your personal library. A rather heavy-looking tome bound in a worn gilded cover with a symbol of the Adeptus Ministerium on it. More martyrdom stuff. Oh my. Come on, please, synchronicity. You're killing me here. I believe it was. Cassia waves her hand in the direction of the shelves, and the satin handkerchief slips out of her fingers. Oh. Yeah, perception test succeeded. Cassia takes a quiet breath of frustration, but it does not escape your notice that her ruby eyes are intently observing your reaction. I would pick up the handkerchief. You drop this. Always pick up the hanky. You drop this, lady. Cassie gingerly accepts the handkerchief from you, making sure not to touch your hands. Then nods in gratitude and looks away sheepishly. Thank you, Lord Captain. I believe I should return to my chambers now. But do we go, Kulas? But what about the book? She graces you with a half-hidden smile and swiftly leaves the study. Yeah. But we're supposed to pick up the hanky and just give it to her. But yeah. Okay, alrighty. I think that was a successful thing, right? Was that supposed to be the romancing? Oh, but anyways, a couple of things as well regarding the game just now. If you scroll up a little bit, Mana, you might notice a clip. But we have successfully pet the Glacio. So hooray. Yep. Your books and drops her handkerchief. An awareness check will show her she is observing your reaction. Returning it in an amorous way will count towards obtaining her romantic endings. Cutting the conversation short at any point or ignoring the handkerchief will count towards her breaking up with a rogue trader. Okay. But chapter 4 is when she asks us to meet. Ooh, actually, you know what? Let's try some different options here. But yeah, we were able to pet the Glacio. So I got an achievement for petting the dog as well. What if I kiss it first, and return it to her? I could escort you. Okay. Yeah, like whatever way that. Okay, it ends like that, whichever way. Okay. Fair enough. But now we'll head towards the the Adeptus area. Did we talk to her about it? Because if not,
words cannot describe how boring the bridge is without our stimulating conversations.
Let's
Reading
just-
Xenos's colors has always been a grueling challenge for me. The boundless palette of colors Iliad emanates is too painful to look at. Her hues are bright, blinding, unnatural, and very, very dangerous, Lord Captain. I would never entrust my safety to a being that screams so loudly and clearly of its alienness to human perception.
I see.
Master Anthar is enveloped in dense gold, but like the sun on an ice world, its radiance offers no warmth, only the steely sheen of immovability. Sometimes I see flashes of another color. It is as if the metal carapace were only a screen, but deep down inside, scarlet fire rages. Right here? Are you sure?
No.
Of course.
Okay.
Let us turn from personal matters to more pressing concerns. I have enjoyed your company.
And yes, Glacio is fine. Argenta. Let's move. Unless we could talk to Earlet about things. Lithe form stands frozen in her unnatural pose in blinking lumens and dancing shadows of the bridge. Her hands are clasped together strangely and her eyes are tightly closed. I'll observe silently. Right.
Seahawks
Earlet
1.
remains... okay. It is a foregone conclusion. Wait. At a certain point, it becomes a foregone conclusion, right? Who are they playing against? I was if I was saying that earlier, Manta.
And people are setting off fireworks in my town.
Oh, I see. Oh, because it's Seattle. Ah, I see. Right. Oh, ads are in progress. So, I'll let you know in a little bit that there's a pet. I've got an achievement for petting the cyber mastiff. Remains unmoving for the entire time. You watch her, and only at the barest flicker of her eyes beneath her
LOL.
closed lids. Yep. Yeah, but yeah, there's if you scroll up, there's needed to be an Imperium test, lore Imperium test to be able to pet the dog successfully. We're unmoving the entire time that you watch her, and only the barest flicker of her eyes beneath her closed lids that you know that she is still alive. At least wait a while. For the first time, Irlet takes a deep breath through her nose and barely audibly exhales. Her body remains as relaxed as ever, and her eyes are still closed. Your presence does not seem to be in any way distracting for her. Oh, we got an intelligence success, right? This is a meditation you
The
told me about.
Seahawks went against the Patriots.
Ah, okay. Was it a whatchamacallit victory? Uh, a blowout victory completely then? This is the meditation you talked about,
29 to
didn't it?
13.
Oh wow. Yikes. Hila's face remains impassive, almost serene. The only movement comes from her hands, which is intertwined smoothly, forming a new intricate gesture. She does not hear your words or choose to ignore them. Yeah.
A pretty big win.
Right. Sit down beside her and wait. I see this is going to take a while. You find a somewhat comfortable spot and get yourself settled. Irlet seems does not react to your presence, but as time passes, sink into your own thoughts. We got a willpower test succeed. The gilded chrono in your hands tells you that 2 watch hours have already elapsed. Your muscles feel stiff and your head feels heavy on your neck. When you next glance around the small section of the bridge that Irlet has adapted for her own use, you catch someone's sharp, attentive gaze.
You are still here, Elentark.
Okay, you mentioned immersion. What is it?
In your language, this state can also be conveyed with the word meditation.
Yeah, sorry I couldn't respond much. Quite loud at my brother's house with all my family and family friends there.
And it
I
guards my
see.
soul
Yep.
against burdens and corruption.
Oh man, I could only imagine the celebration. Yeah.
My meditation is immersion. Immersion into myself, my inner world. It is my chance to speak to myself, but without words, or to heal wounds that cannot be seen with ordinary sight. It is difficult to explain, even in the language of the children of Asurian. There are so many meanings and shades in its sound alone, and the monkey tongue is too sparse and awkward. No.
So the
Immersion
elves
must
are
be
Asia
seen
coded.
to be realized.
That's interesting. I mean, with the name with Asurian, of course they're very Asian coded.
I should say, Elentark, that during meditation, the mind does not leave the body. Part of it remains vigilant, monitoring what is taking place outside. So I heard every word you said, and I saw everything you did.
All right.
Restraint is not a trait that your kind is known for. And yet, you did not interrupt my immersion, Elentark. A worthy act. I will remember this.
Oh no, Irlet remembers this.
Oh yes, the culture of the Ildari is based pretty hard on Asian culture. The Tau are the only ones who beat them at this.
Yeah. And whatchamacallit, Irlet remembers this. Enters in the top right of our Telltale Games game. But anyways, so you knew I was here the whole time and you did not even bat an eye? No. Alright. So we have pressing matters to discuss. Okay, nothing else. Yep, I must take my leave. Okay, that was new, certainly. But Cabela,
Domin. I'm here, Domin.
let's just give her a kiss. Yes.
All of my thoughts are of you, Domin.
Take my leave.
May the Undying One shroud.
Right. Now we save. Let's head to the other compartment. We have a void ship shrine. No. Astropathic chapel to visit. And let's remove Solomon. Add J. No, actually, before removing Solomon and adding J, let's do the important thing of unequipping him. Wait, is J still like? I think J still has all
Want
the best
to
stuff
support the
equipped.
channel? Check out my social links. Want to support the channel? Check out my social links.
So, what is your skill? It probably is fellowship, right?
GW has a habit of heavily ripping off cultures for their factions.
Yeah, her fellowship's pretty high. Yeah, but let me just double check that that's actually what we want for her. Let's go to her builds. It's fellowship and wait, is it base skill? Okay. I see. We want to go with this, and let's add one of her other skills. Let's do a base in logic. Look at that. That gives her logic up to all the way to 91. And our fellowship's now at 84.
The Tularan Desert Raiders are very inspired by WW1 era Arabic militaries. The Vestroyan Firstborn are super Slavs.
Oh, wow. But yeah, look at all these fellowship boosts here. We even have some Xenos lore. And we even have better Xenos lore than Earlet here. My. Yeah, her stats are immaculate.
That is funny.
But that's because Xenos lore is determined by a fellowship here instead. And we basically made her as high as fellowship as possible. Right. Now we save. Oh, I forgot
The
to check
Space
our
Wolves are very Norse, the White Scars are Mongolian as heck, even the Ultramarines are Roman.
Yep. And away goes Solomon. Enters J. Accept. Right. And we go... Okay, a little bit heretical. Bearbs, a little bit dogmatic. Completely nothing. And iconoclast. Okay. Right. Let's go sort everything like so. Let's see what... if we have any more weapons... no. These are single-handed Drukhari stuff. This is a Drukhari glaive with... Okay, so like I said, this is probably better for... Wait, this is Power Claymore. Two-handed melee. Yep. Needle rifle? Okay. Everything's good for Abelard. Yep. This is a better shot, right? 22 to 25, 29 to 30. We do have a single shot. Attacks with this weapon, whenever they kill an enemy with critical hits using this weapon, they gain an additional attack. Targets hits that this weapon must pass a willpower test plus any bonus to suffer psychomatic trauma for 1 round. Okay, I understand. You will probably have this and this. So the Wanderer's Portent lets you shoot, and whenever they kill with a critical hit using this weapon, we have an additional attack. So you have to be mindful of doing a kill for extra attacksies. Yep. Okay. Wow, this foe hammer actually does more damage. This nullifying shotgun is also stronger than the RBT's shotgun. Okay. Yeah, okay. Let's look at the formation.
I always keep my options open.
Right. I do believe we have a quest now. Has the correct candidate arrived yet? Master Harriman, assigned to the chapel upon your orders. Purpose of performing the ritual has almost finished the preparations, Lord Captain. Greetings, Dangerous. Von Valentius, I'll be honored to serve my savior. We're about to do something danger-esque. You saved me from life service that would have been 100 times worse than the cruelest deaths, and I am indebted to you, your lordship. I will lay down my life to repay that debt, and so be it. I am your new lord. That is glorious, your lordship. 1,000 thanks to you for liberating me from my Former master, living at the court of the governor of Iskandar. Oh no, no, Iskandar is indescribable. The Imperium itself whispers ideas of new perversions into his disturbed mind. Therefore, I'm infinitely grateful. My life belongs to you now. Let us begin. Let's start the ritual. For as long as I live, the barrier will hold. The temperature inside the chapel is dropping. Every breath turns into a cloud of vapor. The astropath's resonant voices blend together, following the pattern of melody playing in its hall. Every now and then, muffled moans are heard coming from the thrones. The Imperium is restless. The colors are darkening. No, they're beginning to boil. They're called tip fan evening there. Lordship, I sense strangeness, stranger things, none minds. Oh no, a dark veil clouds your visions, only to be succeeded by blinding light a moment later. Oh, we succeeded the willpower test, the great whiteness. Oh no, not the great whiteness in the ship, with this multitude of minds of which you are one. A shadow of utter nothingness winds its way across the blinding light. More willpower tests. Yes, your resolve is firm and your mind and soul unflinching. The nothingness has no power over you. Your eyes follow the thread towards the golden giant. It is nothing until you get close that you realize that the radiant image is a lie. No, the giant is a lie. The guilt flakes away, and the statue body is twisted out of shape. Its limbs growing extra joints, mutilating the marvelous figure. Beastly fanged face. Yep. Zachary Wise. I cannot be them. I cannot read their minds. I cannot see them. Can't read the minds. I can't set up the. I cannot see into their lair. Let's see the. Only images fragmented and sinister. Forgive me, Lord Captain. We are looking to risk in vain. What are we dealing with? Sorcery? Yep. Not tolerate failure. Yep. It's no use. I cannot. I see you. You have been looking for me. What manner of abomination are you? I cannot sense you. You are not of the warp. What is your twisted nature? I cannot sense you either, but I know you. I heard you were going to seek me out. My ears are everywhere. I was ready. The age-worn voices like a deep wail, echoed by a throng of smaller voices. Civilizations and stars clusters lie buried at the bottom of the being's pale eye, which are aflame with hunger. Your mind feels cramped inside your skull, and you can hear the bones creaking. Did the ritual work after all? No. This is not my ritual. This is a spell, an invasion of our minds. Seeking it out with my power, I found it with us. Oh no, I cannot stop it. Get it away. Attack. How? I cannot sense. I cannot. You are my prey. Oh no. Oh no. Oh noes. This is not good. Did we lose a Zachary? So what is this if it's not off the warp? Protect the choir master. Okay. So what is this? A bunch of astropaths. We have Adeline. And then Stavros. And a bunch of dudes over here. A warp apparition here. Anise. Warp apparitions. Sevicia and a Mad Chapel guard. Yes, and more Mad Chapel guards. Okay. So, let's start off with who gets to move first. Okay, it's going to be Cassia, then Dangeresque and Adira. So let's try to get Cassia doing a couple of Care Bear stairs. I think immediately we have a problem with... Okay, so we have Antonius here, and Starvos, and a couple of Osavicia, Annis, Adeline, Thaddeus. So it's these guys we need to actually deal
Keep
with.
off ghosts.
Yep. Apparitions have a period. Do we have anybody in the back here? Or is it those apparitions? There's some guy up top. There are those guys moving in. Okay. I think what Cassia needs to do then is move somewhere like here. I want to do an evil eye of some sort across this way, and then up top. But then we'll need to make sure that Dangeresque is somewhere close by. Or maybe Dangerous could be here. He could move up and try to attack Thaddeus from here. Or actually, Adira could be the one attacking Thaddeus. And Dangeresque could be closer. Right here. Abelard, where could you be? Abelard could be this way. Actually, if I want Abelard to be close... Actually, you know what we're going to do? We're going to have Abelard be...
Necromancy isn't really a thing in WH40K. I mean, Nurgle uses zombie-like being with his poxwalkers, and the druggery have horrific flesh abominations, but no one really resurrects the DED in WH40K. I guess the sisters sometimes do by accident with their faith.
I see. Oh, actually, I've heard something quite heretical. Something very heretical. Because there's a question regarding the orcs. You know how orcs are strong enough to manipulate people or change reality with their minds, right? And then there's the whole idea of
Want to support the channel? Check out my social links. Want
thank
to
you,
support the
Restreambot.
channel? Check out my social links. Yup, the Wyack.
Oh, great. And then there's the idea that the god, yeah. And then there's the god emperor, right? What if the god emperor got his power from the orcs believing that he has those powers? That's probably the most heretical thing to think, isn't it? That I would be denounced for my heresy, almost assuredly. Silver Skull, please move here. Beard, move
That
here.
is a theory that has circulated the WH40K fandom for quite some time. The
Really?
theory is typically that the reason Big E is still alive is because the orcs believe he is still alive.
Oh my goodness. I have, so it is a bit of good old heresy. Okay. Right. That should be everybody. Let's start the battle. Okay, so a couple of things. Let's get Cassius started with, what is this? This is kill zone stratagem. Chooses one of the combat tactics for one round. All enemies in the area are forced
Hello
to
everyone.
reroll. Is it Master Chief? Hi, Master Chief. Let's make this the back line. Make this area the front line.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Gonna make another area the rear.
They hear the humans talk about the Emperor and all the big strong space marines seem to worship this Emperor fellow, so clearly this Emperor is a big and mighty being, at least, this is the thinking of the orcs. Hiya Chief.
I don't have a good area for the rear. Oh, actually, I do have a good area for the rear. The area I'm in. The rear area.
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Let's do a double damage.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
It's a theory that is shot down, but not untrue, as we don't really even know if the Golden Throne is keeping the Emperor alive.
Shot through the heart, and you're to blame. Giving heresy a bad name, bad name.
Be careful not to cross my gaze.
It's also the theory as to why Commissar Yerrick, or Old Bailey to the orcs, was able to live way longer than a normal human could.
Me?
Go.
If you insist, Captain.
Nice little list there. Same with these guys.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Oops, did I accidentally off the dude over here? I guess. Sorry, Abelard?
I'm afraid not.
Commissar Yerrick lead the defense of Armageddon during the first 3 wars of Armageddon, coming into conflict with the Orcs during the First and Second Wars.
Oh my, oh me. I think I accidentally didn't grant myself extra turnsies. Which means the only thing I could do is one of these. Run away. Right, Dangeresque. Please move up.
He ended up getting a pretty big reputation amongst the Orcs after he, a lowly Humi, managed to best an Orc warboss in single combat before taking his mechanical arm as a trophy and to replace his arm he lost in the fight.
Okay, surefire plan. Let's use one of these.
Consider this a taste of what's to come.
Followed by a nice swift strike.
Who if not me?
Let's leapy.
I'll make it happen. Your end was inevitable.
Wow. When you were soaking up my power. What about soaking up your power?
So much so that the current biggest warboss, Gazgul Thraka, basically only wants to fight Yerrick as he thinks that Yerrick is the only Humi with any fight in him.
And now we're gonna go this.
On it.
Free strike.
Okay, I must go now. Gonna play Animal Crossing, New Horizons.
It's as
Bye.
good as consider this a taste of
Nice.
what's to come.
Thanks for being here, buddy. And let's do a good old
See ya, Chief.
acrobatic back. Excuse me. Pardon me. I'm out of here. Right, Adira, send a Beerb. Where could you send Beerb? Beerb goes here.
Let's see what you can do.
Beerb goes zippy zap. What is this, dude? Adeline, okay. Right, let's fire up Thaddeus, or actually, let's do this. Exposey.
On it.
Emperor buff.
I'm not so sure. No can do. Was that you? Or
Oh, I didn't actually save enough.
He got his nickname Old Bale Eye from the Orcs as Yerrick has one good eye, one big red cyber eye, and has a really good hateful look. The orcs even tell rumors that Yerek can melt an orc with an angry stare.
Little Miss Astropath. Gonna move you here.
Want to support the channel? Check out my social links. Want to support the channel? Check out my social links.
Okay, discharge.
It's my toy, and I'm gonna control it myself.
And no two people are not on fire. Come on,
Funny
Adira.
thing, Yerek decided to play into this by getting his cyber eye modified to fire a small laser. It's not too effective in a fight, but it scares orcs.
Right, madam. Okay, you can't use take aim.
This battlefield air is good for my lungs.
Let's go Medicaid signal. And we can relocate the little Scully dude next to
It's time for them to run, my sweet.
her. Very nice. And Jay, will you please give this little one a pew pew? Nice.
Orcs have a habit of playing telephone. They will tell each other rumors and exaggerate features of the tale until it's radically different. That's why basic orc infantry will often get scared if they hear that Yerek is on the battlefield, as they think he is a true monster amongst both human and orc.
This tedium is beneath me.
Is the next one a guaranteed crit? No. But let's go ahead and do
I
this.
understand your intent.
Go with the call.
They then see Yerek, laugh, get cocky and think he is a regular Yumi, then lose their heads because Yerek is no pushover. This reignites the fear in the infantry once again.
And that's for Yurik. Hardly knew he. And we have a new target, maybe? Anis. You can't see Anis. Savita, maybe.
If it serves your cause. I am not your slave, pet monkey.
Okay. Abelard, please, move yourself closer.
Follow my lead.
Buffs.
I will do my duty.
Sadly,
Oh, you
Yerek was
missed.
off-screened by a Keeternate Berserker. He was a beloved character, so it's really dumb that GW axed him off-screen, but some people are thinking that they might just bring him back later with the tales of my demise were greatly exaggerated.
Okay, so we have a couple of attacks still. Let's make sure you have an endure.
At your beck and call.
How much attacks do we have left? I'm gonna use only one. This is a sweep. Oh, that inflicts bleeding. Okay, let's go sweep.
Victory is imminent. Target well struck. Who thought
Bonk.
that was a good idea?
And let's do a good old shout.
At your beck and call.
Look at all these people falling over. And now we can toss shield against you.
I will do my duty.
Many fans like to imagine it was Angren himself who did Yarick in, which would lead to Gazgul wanting vengeance for losing his favorite opponent and choosing to take on Angren in a fight, which would be epic.
Nice.
Die with grace, at least.
Right. That dude is dead. And we have some chapel guards over there. I'm gonna move you here.
Angren, remind, is the Primarch of the World Eaters Chaos Space Marines. They are aligned with Kern and are frothing berserkers. Angren is a Daemon Primarch, so he is a giant raging demon monster.
Raging demon?
Me.
That's
If you
Puma,
insist,
right?
Captain.
Wrong raging demon.
If I may.
Right, Abelard, I think you'll
Having
need to
Gazgul,
use...
the largest orc in history and best war boss
It
fight,
was Rush.
Angren would practically be a Kaija clash.
Move you back here.
Tactically sound approach.
And maybe just a... can I taunt from back here? No, just an endure.
At your beck and call.
While
Well,
we go...
I guess the beast was larger than Gazgul, but the beast is Rip and his book sucks, so no one cares.
I'm not accustomed to
Let's do that. Move the front line. Over where? Over here.
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
I can... Oh, these guys are behind cover. I don't think I can reach these guys with my evil eye, no. So we can go... Hey, move closer. Won't even hit them. Why can't I use any of these anymore? You know what? The closest thing I could do to
Want to support the
anything effective
channel?
here.
Check out my social links.
Nice.
Want to support the channel? Check out my social links.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Yep, stay still. Oh, Dangeresque, I think you have a decent leap. You don't even have a leap.
Who if not me?
Oh, do we have a slash then? Oh, that's gonna hit her as well. Right, let's just target
I'll
you.
make it happen. Let's make some opportunities.
And do a free attacky.
I'll see to it another enemy
Look
down.
at that. Let's go. Hey,
On it.
can I just leap at you?
Who if not me?
Followed by
I'll
a
see to it personally.
normal attack. Look at yourself. What has you become? Pathetic. They say we won't be destined for greatness, but you have chosen to wallow in self-pity and lies. Oh my. That's the different Zachary Wise?
Very rude ghosts.
Yep. I'm going to go do this
It's
first,
as good as done.
followed by
I'll
a
make it happen.
blade dance, blade dance. We're gonna do the blade dance, yeah.
Defense is a good offense.
Let's just do
Accept
the
your
waltz.
lot.
Oh. Oh dear. That's less SSS Sorrow Seeker. Sorrow Seeker? I hardly know her. Oh my.
On it.
At the Determined Tack, you successfully redeemed Bonk for 10 LP.
I'll see to it personally.
My soul sings in ecstasy.
It's as good as done.
Are you out of leaps? Unsatisfied? Okay, I'll just
Who
head
if
back.
not me?
Oh no,
Just
the
trace my
Demon Ed
steps.
is enjoying it.
Well executed.
Oh, we closed the portal. 840 XP? My. Lord Captain, we're still alive. This is a triumph. I'm making a note here. Great success. Did I not warn you? Yet we escaped disaster. We did not take our souls, and there are far fewer casualties this time. Sorry, one of the casualties was actually exacted by me when I used my evil eye. Master Harriman's assistance was instrumental. Your lordship, he was able to not only protect my mortal body, but also to skillfully blend the timbre of the psionic sound into the harmony of the chorale. I regret that he was not at my side for the last rite. And who was the throne's... What in the throne's name just happened? into that the shape of an old man and attacked. Yeah, that thing took the shape of an old man and attacked me. I did not know what it is, but it is neither human nor a psyker. Something else. Its powers is foreign to the medical to me, like a shadow that obscures the shrine of the Imperium's chaotic energies. I was unable to read the abomination's thoughts, and it seemed to find me no less strange than how strange it was to me. Then it attacked for any strangeness is a threat. It had clearly been warned that we would be performing a dangerous ritual, that we would be vulnerable, so it sought to sabotage us by attacking my mind, and my mind almost got us all killed. Still managed to discover the evil we were seeking, though. No, your lordship. The ritual proved incapable of extracting anything of value. This evil chose to reveal itself and attack. Our enemy is confident and bold, and so it did not hide. It struck first, suspiciously brazen. Those things seem to know you. The insidious spawn thrive on confounding one's reason. They don the faces of those I once held dear, my apprentices, all of whom perished. The previous time I performed this ritual, they have haunted me ever since, in my dreams, in the warp, everywhere. The Imperium abominations who devoured their souls have been tormenting me with the shame and regret. And now they have come for my sanity as well. Awareness test succeeded. When the choir master speaks of his fallen students, there's lingering pain in his voice. His words reflect more than just a terrible memory. They are heavy with the bitterness of personal loss. Was that old man a mutant? One of those we were looking for? Even if not, there was nothing more chilling that we could have possibly found. An inhuman thing in human form. A true sacrilege against the Emperor. Its mind is strange, like an insect of parasites, but I saw images in the minds of those around it. Currents of energy. Blue glow. The clanging of searching for signs of corruption, and worms tormenting a star. Touches his cheek, which is smeared with blood that is trickling from under his blindfold. He uses the blood to sketch a perfunctory image. A many-beamed star with a fat, fanged creature coiled in the front of it, resembling either a larva or a serpent. Okay. Xenos lore succeeded. Okay, we're getting a lot of lore success. The longer you listen to Vice, the more convinced you become that the warp manifestation was not caused by its conniving of the ruinous powers, but by efforts made to discover an incredibly alien mind. Such an unnatural mind could belong to a dangerous Xenos, so... Okay, we're looking at a Xenos enemy, rather than enemies of the warp. What Xenos could possibly be behind this? If Dirty Diana shows up at the moment, then she would probably spoil everything, but either way... it is looking like a Xenos opponent, and we have 29 viewers at the moment. So thanks all the YouTube/YouTube bots for granting me more viewers. Or if you're not a bot, please say so.
Dare share some interesting factoid that could spoil?
Ooh, sure. I mean, I'm fine with spoilers. Yeah, are you familiar with the symbol? No, it could have been an emblem of some cult on the ship, but seldom leave the chapel. I've never come across it once. Everything we saw, let her search the plasma drive chambers and find mutants and the old man for me. Yeah. No, I'll go there myself. Who sacrificed some of the
There are non-warp creatures that are attuned with the warp. They travel through the warp and have learned to prey on minds as well as flesh.
I see. So, but they're just Xenos, right? We sacrifice some of the soundness of our minds. Imperium today. Wait. I'm reminded of a couple of things. What is it called?
Yup, they are alien creatures.
What are those things called? False hydras. Oh my, those are probably some of the scariest things that the people have come up with. But aside from false hydras, what are the other things that I'm reminded
Want to
of?
support the channel? Check out my social links.
Thank you, Streamlabs.
Want to support the channel? Check out my social links.
Sacrifice some soundness of our minds. Yep. I still cannot believe we survived this. Yeah, okay. But yeah, I was thinking false hydras and what else? Okay, immediately gone. Oh yeah, there was going off on an ADHD tangent. I was there, I was back, and now I'm back there again. There's a YouTube Shorts guy who was saying that, the whole what about the not the grim darkness, the horrors, like the like I don't think people would lose their minds necessarily by being exposed to eldritch horrors.
Creatures like enslavers, Psychnoia, and Craves are examples of creatures that aren't warp entities that travel through the warp and prey on thoughts.
Yeah. It's like people won't exactly be people will probably be a lot more accepting of eldritch horrors than whoever, like, who was the guy who wrote eldritch stuff? Come on. Why am I always confusing him with Noel Coward? No, it's not Noel Coward.
H.P. Lovecraft.
H.P. Lovecraft, yes. H.P. Lovecraft was a bit of a stickler, and it's in real life, right? So he probably is. Oh no, people are gonna lose their minds. But I don't even know how Bluetooth works, and I accept that as a reality. I think being exposed to the idea of how Bluetooth works would make us go like, oh, huh, neat, right? You know, oh, there's a huge well of consciousness in the middle of the universe, or something equally scary. It's like, oh, huh. That's mind blowing, but yeah, it's not nearly already as mind blowing as a YouTube Shorts featuring one of the professors, Neil deGrasse Tyson, or that other dude who talks about the universe all the time. Yeah. All right. Zachary Wise slowly unclenches his hand, and a cloud of forest rises, revealing his Aquila. Now bound in purple psychic ice, he whispers, "The Imperium has touched it, the holy symbol of the protector of mankind. I do not know if this is a symbol of our victory over the horrors of the warp, or a trophy in battle, or a grim portent." Ice-covered Aquila again, or, yep. Alright, let's take it. We've got an ice-covered Aquila. Whenever the wearer suffers a critical hit, the attacker immediately suffers 2 warp damage. Okay. And we'll take a new one delivered to me immediately. If only everything that Imperium takes from us was easy to replace. What's happening? Game. Okay. Right. What is our thingy going on? Acrobatic artistry. I think there's a bit of an error of sorts. But we do have a level up, which is neat. I mean, it's 800 odd experience. It's always very neat. I'm going to the void ship bridge first to heal up. Actually, should have gone to my private quarters, not the void ship bridge. Hello, all my 28 viewers. Hello, hello, hello. All you bots and whichever manner of stuff, whichever place you came from. But there's no one else. Oh, I could still call on Solomon. Ah. Until we successfully do all of our... Yep. That's your idea of fun? How dull. Yeah, let's continue. Let's do the ballistic skills. No, I failed. A bit of XP. Wait. Congratulations. Oh, okay. I'm not sure if that's going to be the case, but if we keep failing, maybe we could get little bits of XP at a time. Yep. Maybe we should head to the plasma drive chambers after this. But let's look at our characters and what we could do to level people up. Right? So what's our next thing? This is level 25. It is recommended by the Rogue Trader build. For it's recommended by the Rogue Trader build that we could, at level 25, we should get this mantle. Any of the Archmilitant's area attacks, both melee and range, reduce the deflection of all the enemy hit by -2, and its armor by -7. Does not stack. Alright. And what else? Available talents for you. Abelard. I recommend Flash Fire. Flash Fire. The cost of wildfire reduced by 1 AP for every 3 stacks of versatility instead of 4. Okay. Next is Idira. What is our Overseer going to get? Recommended skill is Rite of Calibration. My goodness, Overseer's ability causing one less is just chef's kiss. Which means that the beer moving around and zippy zapping is going to be free. As well as granting extra things is going to be free. Wow, wow, wee wow. Okay. Wait. Okay. So out of all this, it's lore Imperium, lore Xenos, persuasion, commerce, okay. The only down skills are demolition, Medicae.
Oh. I almost forgot about the Crotalid.
What about the lids? Kasha? It says ebb and
They are
flow,
psychic crocodiles that have learned how to travel to other planets through the warp.
some odd reason I thought I already got ebb and flow. Yeah, I already got ebb and flow. So what was the... Right, mass?
Because of this, they are an invasive species on many planets in the galaxy.
Sphere of Time, Eye of Oblivion. Strange Vitality, Pass Unscathed. Blood Augury, Veil of Protection. I mean, God of Souls is level 28. Wait, I'm just looking through if I got all accounts correctly. Lasting Impression, Mastery of Time. Damn it, there's something going on with her. The stuff is Mastery of Time, Decisive Response, Eye of Oblivion. Oh yeah, I did reveal the light. What is it? No, it's not Eye of Oblivion. I did ebb and flow elsewhere. I used ebb and flow in this one. Which level is it? Sort of perception, persuasion. So it's probably focus that's missing. Wait. What happened to focus? Or where is focus? Is focus not something we can actually get? As this archetype. All right, so I'm going to go and see if I can reset her for free. All right. Hooray! You know what? I really shouldn't show you how I cheat at this, right? Right, face cam for a little bit. I'm just resetting her build for free. All right. Let's see our party. Spec party. Okay, now. Oh, we only have one character available to respec because we're not. That's so weird. Okay. Yeah, let's just see if we could use a free respec here. Or alternately, instead of the free respec, we could use either blood or we could go with Veil of Protection as well, maybe. Yeah, we could do that as well. Unless we can pick focus or something. Yeah, that's fine. And we have what is it? More people, or more people to respec. Plasma driven chambers. Just Irlet and J. So let's go have a look at J and Irlet. J, we have symbiosis, and Irlet, we have heightened concentration. Frostbody, what kind of insinuation that they're supposed to be? If you kill us, Matthias will just drag me back from beyond the grave just to give me an earful. Scrap this and start again. I will do the double.
Psychnoia are scary because they are psychic bees that move through the warp and lay their eggs in psyker brains.
Oh my. Okay. Lord Captain, didn't expect to see you in this compartment. Are you on a stroll taking the sights of your domain? The blue glows of plasma especially striking at this time of the watch. Is this just the power surging in the bay? Was there a spark between us just now and Ingrid? Jay bites her lip. Okay, Jay. Come on. Either you could start a dangerous fire, Mistress Hidari. Someone could get hurt, and we can't let that happen now, can we? You're the most mawkish infernus I've ever met, Master Montag. Your lordship, welcome. I'm Ship Foreman Nige, in charge of the section. If you need anything, I'm here to help. Infernus Master, what exactly you're doing here? Carrying out the routine drive inspection. Regular required schedule checks to make us sure the insulation isn't weakened by the sensors. Just haven't been tampered with. Reactor isn't about to blow anytime soon, just business as usual. Oh, we got a Imperium lore test success. Strange that the senior officer is conducting the inspection alone. According to the regulations, there should be an entire squad of Inferni, and the impersonal presence of an Infernus Master is necessary only in emergencies. Heinrich, are you... Why are you really here? Come on. Found me out, have you? I'm not really here out of the, about the reactor. I heard a rumor that you'd gone to investigate the plasma drive chambers, so I thought I'd make sure everything went smoothly. Your lordship is accustomed to associating with people of your rank, or officers at their very least, but here, the place is home to voidfarers or simpler manners, whose clan's customs may be unfamiliar to you. All customs are decent ones, Master Montag. I'd rather bore myself in plasma than lay anything happen to the Lord Captain. No offense, Nige, but you can find even the people here in the bay who can give a report without turning the air blue. I'd gladly admit I was wrong. You're a good bunch. I hate to see you insult his lordship with some... Newage? Oh my. But if it's Newage, it's going to be Scottish. Yeah. Find these people in the bay who can even give a report. Okay. Some foolishness and not realize it. Okay. Thank you, Heinrich. Just keeping an eye out, your lordship. Feel free to ask old Nige any question you have, but he knows the plasma drive chambers like the back of his hand. That's right, your lordship. If something isn't your liking, you find anything suspicious, come at me at once. But how's your face? Enforcer's baton is pretty sturdy, but not as thick as the skull of a hard-bodied furnace. Have to give it to a Jocasta. Her officers earned their rations. They clobbered you good. Well, nice. Have you ever seen a symbol that looks like a serpent in front of a star? Somebody keeps dubbing on the equipment and bulkheads. If I find the scoundrels, I'll tear their hands and send them for civilization. It's some kind of sedition. Didn't know. If you could see one of these, let me know. We'll try to find these artists. My goodness. More hidden symbols. Yep. I've also been on it to some bulkheads, craters, doors, Just assumed it was on the mark of some small clan. Many voidsmen mark their workplaces with family symbols. Okay. Oh, it could be seen on some buckheads. Okay, so it's just could be harmless family symbols, by the way. But just want to know more about this bay. We are proud of our chambers. Power feeds the ship's main engine from here. We do important work. Working with plasma is dangerous, but we have a good crew. Not many incidents. The esteemed tech priests are satisfied with us. Machine spirits are all working as well as they should. Then Freddy didn't complain about us either. We fixed cracks of the reactors vessels on time. We fixed leaks. Ship foreman, tell me about yourself. What kind of person are you? I'm a voidsman, your lordship. Grew up in Footfall, joined the crew at 14, spent my whole life in this bay, and I've raised no family of and made no fortune, but I've climbed my way up the ranks, and I know nothing about the trade, my trade in this compartment. I'm my trade in this compartment, Lord Captain. Shift the foreman and I shall handle this without you. Okay. Okay, I must take my leave. Okay. Right. Okay. So, Little Miss Bounty Hunter. No, actually, I've already forgotten. Heightened concentration. I think that was the skill. Scores a crit. They have 6% more armor pen. And I think symbiosis for you. Symbiosis. Where is symbiosis? Symbiosis. When Overseer extrapolates an ability through the Cerebral Skull Storm for the first time in a round, they regain an attack, an action point. So, free Overseer use. Okay. Okay. Turn the servitor. Servitor's claws dock with the platform. The servitor's so dumb that they don't actually
Keep your wits about you.
move the platforms correctly. Our reactor attendant. Look at the enforcers with his lordship, nasty brutes by the looks of them. Call the cargo lift. Is the servitor doing silly things again? With the clanking, the sound of servitor claw docks with the merchant mechanism begins to perform the necessary manipulations. There's goods here, just not. Oh, there it is. This is servitor replacement request. Esteemed tech priest Deltar, this is unacceptable. For the 10th time, you've sent us the same faulty servitors. It's in over 2 weeks, and we still can't raise a lift that's stuck between our platforms and platforms 92M. All because your servitors, for the love of Thorough, decommissioned these things. You can't fix them. Respectfully, Shift Foreman Nige. Yep. It's funny the fact that it's just the servitors, not Is that enough? Are there more servitors to turn? Can we call the lift yet? No. Okay, I must take my leave. Yep. Okay, those servitors are turning the right way now, I think.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Oh, more goodies. What is this? All the scrap is received. Need more. Man, there's just so much stuff.
Must be my smuggler's instincts.
Yep, grab. What about this thing? Examine the symbol. Hold cash with suspicious symbol. Okay. The cash looking sus.
Watch your steps.
More goods. This is a the improvised Weber. I hardly know her. More tech priests worshipping the machines.
I always have a backup plan.
Now those three servitors aren't in place. Oh, there are more servitors that I haven't spotted.
always keep your eye on the price.
Oh, okay. It could be that we need the cargo lift at a certain spot. Finally. And that gave us a tonnage breachers Aquila. Enemies within the wearer's area of attack suffers minus 6% dodge. Allies within the wearer's area of attack gains plus 6% dodge. Tonnage breachers Aquila. Okay. Backpack with armor. Piercing ammo. Oh, backpack with armor-piercing ammo. My goodness.
Pretty nice.
Yeah. The wearer's ranged attack inflicts 0 levels of bleeding. Okay. Let's look at our inventory. I'm just looking at the items. This is the single shot. Suffers slowed. Let's see at this. And if we do this, how much of this gets? Oh, okay, 5 levels of bleeding. That's a lot of bleed. Versus camo robes, that is nicer. Actually, I think I'm gonna switch this around.
Gonna need some serious absorption for that bleeding.
Yep.
He.
Oh my goodness. Reminds me of the short I recently saw. "12 levels of bleeding." Yep, this is much better on you. A recent short I saw, it was basically a lady going in the bathroom, talking to her husband and going, "Honey, could you pass me the left tampon?" And there's tampons outside labeled L and R, and it just got the husband severely confused. She just goes, "You mean the left? Yeah. What do you mean left tampon? What is there a left and the right to hold this whole thing?" You know, after a long while, the husband goes, "It's light and regular." Damn it! You're not even bleeding right now. I'm just absolutely. That's wonderful. Alright, anyways, Einrich. Hold cash under one of the serpent symbols. Yep. Think you found some secret stash? What was it? Moldy Nutribar. Low. Fuse thrones. Workers often hide their belongings on the banned items of the enforcers. Okay. I found this note on one of the caches. "Just what we need. More secret stashes. I hope there was nothing forbidden in it. Forgive me, your lordship, but voidsmen are simple folk."
Want to support the channel? Check out my social links. Want to support the channel? Check out my social links.
What is that? We've got smugglers on the loose. Who else will be hiding these strange messages? I'll have them all drawn, quartered in a turbine, I will. Not that I find out what they're smuggling. Mind if I take a look? Needs more. More what? Whoever wrote it, they didn't want anyone who wasn't in the know to understand. Using caches to exchange messages is a good way to keep things hidden from the enforcers. It's how some workers procure intoxicants and other items they're not supposed to have. There has to be another cache somewhere nearby. You never use the same ones for both the transfer and the correspondence. Too risky. What? Never engaged in such business, I swear. I just, heard how it's done. Show the improvised weapon. I found this in the cache marked with a serpent. Machine sparks shake me. A homemade weapon, and then assembled right in its compartment. The markings are the same as those in the local machine parts. This is a very serious matter. Seems someone is plotting against riot and secretly building their own arsenal from the scavenged materials right under our noses. Interesting. Nigel's right. This could get a whole bay executed. No wonder these scoundrels are so cautious. We need to find and capture whoever set these caches up and hit the weapon, right? I tell you the truth, I'm no good on rule breakers. It's not what I do. You give the orders and we'll do it, though. We shall set an ambush near the caches. Sooner or later, someone will come to check on them. If these guys are smart, they'll spot the enforcers near the cache and stay out of sight. Your lordship would be spotted even quicker. Okay. Give me a second. I am going to check the Guido. Where were we? Not Mundus Nilius. Not the Nameless Star. Which quest line was this? Okay, let's go to, guides and go to quest. Yeah, let's go to quests. The quest that we had was a DLC quest. So it's part of the Void Shadows, I think. Not an is it an engagement in the crypt? No. Yeah, we had ablutions in blood, right? Okay, and after the okay. Right, defeating the enemies during the ritual will protect the Cry Master. Leads to another quest called Contact Zachary Wise. Yeah. After the ritual, you need to find the traces of the conspirators on the plasma drive chambers. And then after finding out about the cultist hideout, you need to storm the Void Ship crypt. Note, if you allow Heinrich and his clan to arm themselves, you'll be facing stronger enemies in the quest. Void Shadows. Okay. Should we have your people lie in wait? Okay. I just wish I knew who to trust with it. Yeah. Damn it. Okay, so here's the quest line. If we decide to ask Heinrich and his clan to arm themselves. You'll be facing stronger enemies. Okay. Can we use the Inferni? Will help. I have a couple people in mind, tough lads. Get them there right away. Yeah. I'm ready. Let's catch the vermin. The dirtbag caught danger-esque. Yep. Right, the man kneeling before you is an ungainly build, stubborn jaw, and a heavy gaze. And he looks around differently from any other working in this compartment except for the tattoo on his forearm. Another worm devouring a star. Let's do the weapons. Hand it over. What you saw, keep it to yourself. The cooperation within forces will be noted. Let's do us studying the prisoner. Another 12 XP. Pigment of the tattoo looks fresh, standing out starkly against the color of his skin. It's a very recent addition. You look closely and notice a pink pair of scars at the base of his neck, suspiciously reminiscent of a almost healed bite. Okay. There is a very likelihood right now that the enemy we're facing are something that bites the back of the neck, feasts upon things. One of the enemies of the warps that feasts upon memories and minds, I think. Shelf Galai, blessed Lathe Beta, the second diligence low rank worker, easily replaceable, no apparent signs of mutation. Any of your people harmed? Thank you, your lordship. Not a scratch on us. He's a piece of work, all right, though, but he's no fuel compartment fire. More like a sparkling cogitator. Right. Well, do you have feel like talking about it? Okay. I've got nothing to say to you, you heretic. Oh my goodness. Allow me, Lord Captain, please. Or me. I'd happy to oblige. I think I'm going to oversee his interrogation myself, yep. As you command, although I believe this zealot will require some effort. Questioning fanatics is a long and exhilarating process. And let's do a bit of Medicaid. Will this work? Nice. Medicaid to succeed. Chemical concoction burns his man's mind from within. His muscles twitch, tense to the point of his sinew cannot even scream. The most choky form is also about your song. I hear it. I won't break. Not much longer, your lordship. Athletics check. Oh. The screams of pain eventually give way to a weak, long wail. The man's body lies broken, slashed, cut open, and burnt. His ruptured skin reveals the open fractures and torn tendons. His eyes widen in terror at your smallest movements in his direction. Talk! Oh, talk! Okay. The prisoner is ready to cooperate, your lordship. Whom do you serve? Yep. The cult of the Ravenous Star, the true believers, the righteous, the pure congregation. They who hear the songs of his angel. Okay, so there's a cult. Right? The cult of the Ravenous Star. Okay, this angel, the old sorceress who appeared before me and promised me my demise, he brainwashed you or someone else leading you. Oh, sorcerer, no, the angel is not the woeful human form. He is splendor, his visage is divine inspiration of the many-armed emperor. You, faithless one, were granted the honor of gazing upon the Magus, our good shepherd, our messenger. If you beheld the angel, you would scratch your own brain out as in your eye sockets, or you would realize the depths of your wickedness before him. Okay, so these guys are convinced.
Many-armed emperor.
Yep. Okay, so the many-armed emperor. I think
Oh, no.
I triggered I think I triggered a triggered Manta like a friggin' whatchamacallit. It's like an agent sleep word. It like a sleeper agent waking word, yep. But is it false Hydra territory? Blasted Lord Captain, we're dealing with an extremely dangerous Xeno cult that excels at hiding among humans. Oh no. What do you know about our enemy? Very little as per regulations. Every master at arms passes
In a sense.
Yep.
A gene stealer cult.
Ah, yikes. Oh, gene stealers. Oh boy, you've told me about gene stealers before. It's the friggin' those I remember those whatchamacallit, Zinech or whatever it's called. Not Zinech. What is it called? Those Xenoses. Because they lay eggs in the minds of these people, don't they? Riddle, as per regulations, master at arms passed on special instructions to the successor. Instructions that more resemble disturbing tales. Some of them mention genetic cults, covert clans, cliques, and sects. My. Yeah, okay, we're dealing with gene stealers. These things pass themselves off as ordinary people. As rebel or preachers corrupting new groups, they prey at the unholy idol, which they often refer to as many-armed emperor. They create growing families and produce offspring hideous at first, but with each new generation more and more human in appearance. I have heard of them, and every tale was awash in blood. They are the reapers of the great devourer, predators that have bloomed from its seed, beasts whose gift is to turn the weak-spirited into their enthralled fighters. Beware of them, Elantok. When they are near ever loyal friends, they turn out to be messengers of death. Like Tyrannos or whatever you call them, right?
You are thinking of the Psychnoia.
The Tyranid, yeah.
The gene stealers are the pre-invasion to a Tyranid invasion. The many-armed emperor is the name that the gene stealers call the Tyranid hive mind.
There it goes. Tyranid, not Tyrannos. I got there eventually. I have heard of them. Okay, so why a many-armed emperor? Their arms, Lord Captain. The Xenos have more arms than normal. They twist and pervert our faith, for the sole reason that it gives them blasphemous pleasure. But if they choose to act among the rabble specifically, the lower decks have plenty of dark corners for the Xenos to lie in wait. Commoners are too dull. They're spineless to identify the threat enough to serve as cannon fodder. What is their objective? Power? Bloody sacrifice to their god? Their end goal is always mutiny. They can prepare for many generations, accumulating weapons and numbers. Alright, so we're dealing with some Tyranid invaders. Yep. How did they conspirators recruit you? I believed. I found him. So I wish you to know everything about your vile cult. Many-armed emperor who awaits for his children, cast out in the unknowable abyss. He is kind, merciful, uprooting tyrannies of evils. Yep. What are they plotting? A mutiny? A mindless tool, brainwashed and forced into submission. Death, yours, fake captain. Faithful already aiming for your heart. Yeah, poor guy. Where are your leaders? In a sanctuary, a tomb for heretics, a quiet place. The dynastic crypt. The vermin have infiltrated the crypt, holding the bodies of the worthiest servants of the dynasty. No one is allowed inside save the Lord Captain's personal retinue, and they dared but how?
Tyranids are different from the Psychnoia. They are a race of bug-like Xenos that are a major faction in Warhammer. They are basically the Zerg, seeking to devour everything. The Gene Stealers act as the vanguard, infectees of a DNA virus that makes the people mutate and praise the hive mind, to weaken prey planets before the invasion force arrives to devour.
Yes, your lordship, we must attack now, or we will have an element of surprise and will lead the strike force, but I will require your presence and Confessor Adelbert's help. Fierce machine spirits guard the dead. They won't let an armed troop pass without a direct command from the rogue trader. Oh, we have a heretical adherent. Such forthright deserves a reward. Give you a cage in my own quarters. You are now a personal slab of meat. Your torture has only just begun. Oh, do we go for this in case yep, it will be done. In case we go for a heretical path. Yeah. Yep, or we go to the void ship crypt as well. Yeah, this is just in case we go heretical. We haven't quite decided yet which path we're gonna go. I heard that heretical is the funnest path out of all this. So we can do that. But I also hear that the iconoclast path is probably the one that
the
gives
Gene
us some...
Stealers often have a Mad Max look about them because they often scrounge their weaponry together from scrap and tools.
Money to be made.
Yep. And I don't know if we have enough time. I don't think we have enough time.
Ah, Shireen, what fabulous places you take us to. Abandoned ships, foul-smelling back streets, and now a filthy compartment where anyone is welcome to get themselves killed by a conductive charge.
I, for one, cannot wait until this bold streak passes and the Lord Captain realizes just how comfortable his throne is.
Yeah. Thank you, buddy. Alright, I think that's going to be it for today. Unless... yeah, I think it's going to be a... There's gotta be a battle at the void ship crypt, I assume. Yeah, there's gonna be a battle. Okay, so...
They lie in wait for generations, waiting for the right time that their numbers are sufficient to overthrow the planet they have infected.
Yep. So I'll spend some time tomorrow. Because what I'm going to do today, tomorrow, I'm going to spend some time editing the orb video, if I can. And release what I've come up with. And I think it's going to have to be me lying down for the video. It's not worth... it's not worth having... it's too long to wait for me to sit up. So there's that. But that being the case, it's still going to be as well. We'll see in the near future on how we're going to deal with the seating arrangement.
Want to support the channel? Check out my social links. Want to support the channel?
And also need to deal with
Check out my social links.
All right, let's go ahead and check the members program then. Thank you, Apilux, Manta, Bruno, Amish Slam, Chris Burton, Lloyd Yelnek, and Alfred Slayer for being members and or followers on Twitch at the time of streaming. Watch vids early, cool badges and emojis. Damn it, Paul Monson. Yep, you just arrived as I was about to leave. But yeah, bye-bye. For those of you guys who actually want to support the channel monetarily, check out
I just got here, of course.
Yeah, membership program. Yep. Otherwise, don't forget to like the video if you enjoy it, subscribe if you want to see more, click on the bell to get notified for go live, or get turned into a Pokemon finally if you want to support my channel that way. But yep, thanks for being here for no matter how brief it is. But yep, it's me. I'm Biggie, and I will be back not tomorrow. Tomorrow's editing day, and see you guys in a bit. Bye for now.
Have a good day, Biggie and all.